Now, this story is so interesting to me. There's been some great documentaries and a bunch of things coming out about the real people that changed the world, and that's something that is very important to me because we have so many great people who are on pedestals who have done great things, but to become that, you have to start off as a real person. So I guess Lucas, coming into Bob himself, what was your thought on that? Like, what was your thought on coming into a real person who has that history, but started off as a young man, just wanting to do right by him, by his own thoughts, his own feelings.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure going in. I was pretty nervous going in just because of like what you said. It's not just playing a person not only who existed, but is also alive and can tell you you're doing a bad job. Bob would never do that. And the other thing too is like, look at this point in history. I think it goes without saying how important it was to get it right. So those things definitely were important to me. And there was once upon a time where I was nervous, but about a week into shooting, I think that all kind of left me just because I knew it was all in good hands. Not only just my performance, but the whole story with Barry and the team that was behind the movie.
And talking about Joanne, this character who wants, what is morally right, but is also connecting with people. And the one thing about this film that shows a lot is connections as simple that we take advantage of today could get them in trouble. And just by a handshake or a smile, or even just talking to someone very shortly too. So can you tell me about how you saw Joanne, and maybe the way she saw her present, but also what she wanted for the future?
Yeah, I think this particular group specifically that we get to meet in Son of the South is really about unity and really about inclusion. So although the relationship with her and Bob could be deemed unconventional from the outside looking in, I do think her whole goal was to unify. So it didn't matter what Bob looked like. If he wanted to be a part of this movement that is bigger than everyone, then she's going to be a guiding hand for that and completely embrace him with an open heart. And that's what we got to see.
So, Lucas, if I can ask, when you first signed on to this
I don't want to
project,
answer anything after she just did that. I don't want to come after.
oh, we could just talk
But
about
sorry.
cooking tips and be like, that's it. That's where we were going to
I
go. But
love talking about that.
we could do that. But I do want to ask too, when you signed on to this project and you just had the title before there was an image, before there was anything you could really show, like, how did you first explain this film to friends or family who asked about your next project or something you just read that you're excited about?
You know what's funny you say that? This is one of the few that I was able to explain to people because, like in the past, I tried to explain a movie I did called Monster Trucks. And I was like, well, it was like a subterranean alien creature that becomes the
You
engine of
tried
my
to
truck.
explain that to me. I was like,
Exactly. And this is like one of the few times where I was actually able to explain it to people because of its important, because it's history as well as its importance and relevance to our current state of affairs. So, surprisingly enough, this is one of the easier ones to explain, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
In that way.
Well, I want to thank you very much, and more importantly, you got to act with the great Brian Dennehy before he left us. So,
Yeah.
amazing man, and more importantly, I hope everyone gets a chance to see everything he's done, because down to the last day, that man could act, and destroy a scene. So, I thank you both very
Yeah.
much, and I hope you enjoyed making the film, even though it is emotional and there's turmoil within the truth of it. But there's also hope. So I thank you very much, and I hope you both have a great day.
Right.
thanks,
Thanks. Appreciate
Derek.
that.
Be good.
Yeah. Have a good day, Derek.